John flew his brand new drone near the forest's edge when he suddenly saw a strange creature. Curiosity piqued. He chased it with his drone and snapped some pictures. Unable to figure out what it was, he listened to his dad's advice and sent the photos to a team of experts. When they checked the pictures, they told him not to show them to anyone else. Just before he left, they heard them whisper, "It's worse than we thought." The experts had thought John had left, but instead he lingered in the hallway, overhearing their private conversation. He knew it was wrong to eavesdrop like that, but he felt he didn't have another choice. He needed to find out what he had seen in those pictures, but what the experts revealed was something he never saw coming. Couldn't believe what they said. As soon as the words left their lips, John was stunned. He knew he had to get out of the facility as fast as he could. They couldn't know that he had just overheard their conversation. This certainly was a dire situation that he had just gotten himself into. He was now at a crossroads. What could he possibly do? His head was going 1,000,000 miles an hour at the revelation he had just made. Listening to his dad's advice suddenly brought more questions than answers. What should he do with this information? What had he captured on his drone? And most importantly, why were the experts keeping this under wraps? But before we start, smash the like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any new stories. John had been so excited when his brand new drone had gotten into the mail. He had been patiently waiting for its arrival for forever since he had pre-ordered it all those months ago. It had the newest technology, and the product description promised it would be able to shoot footage that was of the highest standards. Yet John would never have thought it would capture this. As soon as his doorbell rang, he nearly sprinted toward the door to open it. There, the delivery guy stood with the box in hand, which John eagerly took. He unboxed it and charged it as soon as he was able to. The weather forecast for today was great, and he knew exactly where to fly the thing to practice his shots. He had no clue that his innocent actions would soon have a more sinister meaning. After a long, anticipated wait, he was finally able to take his new drone toward the forest not too far out from his home. He had been there many times before but never had shot an overhead view of it before. He had tried before, but his last drone had crashed after attempting to shoot a video of the area. He had blamed it on a bird flying against it, but he truly had no idea what the actual reason was. Nevertheless, he now made his way with his car to fly above the beautiful green forest. He made sure to start his adventure in a particular section of the forest that was known for its high density. He was hoping he would be able to spot more animals there, especially if it were less ventured by other people. Parking his car on one of the few parking spots, he entered the forest, taking one of the less often used paths. When he found a clearing, he grabbed his drone and its controller and turned it on. John hadn't flown this model before, but he was sure after a quick refresher it would feel the exact same as the drones he had used in the past. After some practicing, he felt like he had mastered the mechanics used to control the drone. It was now finally time for him to fly out. He activated the camera underneath the drone, linking it to his remote that showed the images that the drone was filming. It was now finally time to see this beautiful forest from the sky, stumbling upon something strange. As he launched the drone and the gadget eventually left his vision, he stumbled upon something strange. He now had to fully trust and commit to the display screen on his remote to control and know the location of his drone. However, there was a disturbance in the air as John noticed how his display screen would sometimes be more static than expected from such a new model. Regardless of this minor inconvenience, John was able to fly through the dense forest, sometimes breaking through the canopy and sometimes only weaving through the trees and branches. Due to the near soundlessness of the device, he was able to take some beautiful shots of a variety of animals until he saw that. He almost pushed his face against the screen as he saw something in the distance. What was that? He had no clue what he was seeing at that moment. It certainly looked like a creature. However, even with his knowledge of animals, he couldn't quite decipher what it was. He knew he had to take a closer look. He quickly maneuvered the drone to get closer to the creature, but it was almost as if the animal noticed it coming closer and running farther away from it. "Shit!" John exclaimed as he tried to keep up with the beast, but instead of getting closer, that thing remained elusive. He needed to find out what that was. It was running away. It seemed like the creature was camera shy, for as far as that was possible, and as he let his drone hover, he rewatched the footage that he had shot. Though some frames were relatively fuzzy and not of the greatest quality, he knew that knowledgeable people would know what it was straight away. John knew he had to go to his dad. With the drone safely retrieved, John sped toward his family home. He was desperate for answers, and his father, a man who had spent his life hunting and exploring these very woods, was his best hope. But as the footage played out on the small screen, his father's confident expression vanished, replaced by a look of profound confusion. Even he, with decades of experience, couldn't identify the elusive shape darting through the brush. He urged John to take the footage to the local ranger base, a hub for animal researchers and veteran woodsmen. John arrived at the base with his heart hammering against his ribs. He wasn't there for a permit, he was there to expose a mystery. Inside, the atmosphere shifted the moment the footage flickered onto the wall. Skepticism turned to stunned silence. The experts leaned in, their eyes wide, as a chilling whisper echoed in the corner. "It's worse than we thought." The revelation sparked an immediate, high-stakes investigation. Maps were spread across tables, coordinates were plotted, and the ranger station transformed into a tactical command center. John watched as the experts prepared to venture into the green unknown, their faces etched with a mosaic of doubt and intrigue. As dawn broke the next morning, the team stepped into the forest, following the digital breadcrumbs left by John's drone. The forest itself seemed to change as they moved deeper. They found signs of a massive, unseen trespasser, shattered branches and displaced earth, but no clear tracks. No fur, no feathers, no scent. It moved like a ghost. As the search widened, frustration grew. The creature remained a shadow, seen once and then never in the same place again. Word of the hunt spread through the local town like a fever. Neighbors traded hushed stories at the market and the gas station. What began as a curious video soon evolved into terrifying folklore. To the townspeople, the creature was a specter. To the activists who began descending on the area, it was a species in need of protection. But to the rangers, it was an anomaly that defied every law of nature they had ever studied. As the public pressure mounted, John found himself at the center of a storm. He became obsessed, withdrawing from his friends and family to pore over the grainy footage for hours on end. He ignored his father's warnings that he was chasing shadows. His life was narrowing down to a single point – the creature in the trees. The mystery took an even darker turn when the search team's technology began to fail. GPS signals scrambled, compass needles spun wildly, and high-tech surveillance gear picked up irregular, indecipherable pulses. One ranger even went missing for hours, emerging with no memory of his lost time. It was as if the forest was actively rejecting their intrusion, a natural fortress guarding a secret too dangerous for the world to know. Amidst this chaos, conspiracy theories took root. Some spoke of clandestine government operations. Others suggested the forest had become a stage for something otherworldly. Then came the night of the nocturnal glow. John, back in the woods for a late-night foray, witnessed a silent symphony of violet and green lights shimmering above the canopy. There was no sound, no explanation, only the growing sense that they weren't hunting a creature, but being led by something much larger. The breakthrough came at dawn when the team stumbled upon a hidden structure, artfully concealed by the dense foliage. This wasn't a natural formation. It was a monolith of metal and mystery, overgrown and ancient, yet humming with an eerie, modern energy. As the veil between the known and the unknown began to thin, John reached for the latch. Inside, they found a chamber of horrors. It was a modern-day alchemist's lair, filled with blinking consoles and dust-laden files detailing forbidden research. The truth began to unfurl through shipping manifests and cryptic logs. This was the site of a biological experiment that had gone catastrophically wrong. The creature's origin was finally laid bare. It wasn't a myth or a monster from another world. On the wall hung a biological sketch, a tapestry of genes woven into an unnatural union. The forest had become a literal petri dish for humanity's unchecked ambition. The creature John had captured on his drone was a bear, but its DNA had been twisted and manipulated into something unrecognizable and monstrous. The reality was stark. A science experiment had fractured, spilling its consequences into the wild, leaving a living, breathing nightmare to roam the woods. As word of the discovery reached the town, the mystery transformed into horror. The creature was a victim of human arrogance, and the ethical fallout was immediate. Officials swarmed the site, and the once hidden researchers became the subjects of an intense international manhunt. The forest, once a place of wonder, was now a crime scene. As the furor settled, John's life began to pivot back to normalcy, or the semblance of it. The forest trails no longer called to him. The drone sat idle on his shelf. He rejoined the rhythms of daily life, yet found himself out of step. The familiar had become tinged with the knowledge of what lay hidden beneath the surface. In the quiet of the evening, John stood at the forest's edge, the trees a silhouette against the twilight sky. He pondered his journey, the strange dance of chance and curiosity that had led him to unveil a secret world. The forest held its breath, a witness to the change it had wrought in him. John turned away, the echoes of the woods a permanent etching on his soul.